Hello friends, welcome to this video. This is the first one that I'm making, and I'm going to make an attempt to make it interesting as well as entertaining. Um, I don't know if I'll succeed, but here's what I'm going to talk about. The first thing is money. This is going to be the first topic of our of this channel or this video. Um, Everybody wants to make more money, but it seems like we are all falling short. You get a hike every year on year, you're making more profits than last year, but still it's never enough. This is how the endless cycle of money works. Now, I can't claim to be a financial expert, but I have learned a lot of things on my journey along the way. I started working very young when I was, I think, about 20 or 21 when I had my first job. And I've been working for several years. Initially, I made a lot of mistakes and I didn't have a lot of money. And I observed what a lot of my other colleagues did, my friends did. Some of them did a lot better than I did, some of them did a lot worse. What I did was I learned um a little bit from the people who did better than me. One of the things that I also noticed is that if you're observant and if you tend to learn, you will probably make more money in life eventually. So let's go right into the video. The first thing I want to say is um, that I've to make this video short, I've kept it limited to three topics. Okay, so the first topic is the difference between needs, wants, and luxuries. So this is where I see a lot of people getting confused, especially people from the younger generation now. People who've just started earning, they start converting their luxuries into wants and their wants into needs. Now, clearly, a person needs only the basics to survive, which is food, shelter, clothing, and I guess if you're watching this video, you've got that part covered already. So apart from that, not many things are really a need, when it comes to money. Uh, what is more important is how much we value our health and our family and our mental peace. These are three things which need to be in that first bracket. These are absolutely the highest priority things in life. And if you are compensating or if you are sacrificing any of these three things to earn money to fulfill your next level, which is the wants or the luxuries, then you should probably take a good look at yourself and see whether it's really worth the effort. Now, also, I think the second thing that I want to touch upon is comparison and peer pressure. So often we see that as we grow up in whatever means that we grew up in, unless you're obviously born to a billionaire, we have limited means, and families need to ration or budget their expenses. So there are certain things which we are used to, and there are certain things which we aspire to have. So as we grow, as we interact with people, as we have colleagues, we have friends, we have family around us, and we see what they have, it becomes easy for us to compare what they have against what we have, and then try to convert something which is not really necessary into a necessity for us. And I feel that that is something which is very dangerous if you do not have the experience, the maturity, or the understanding. um, you can easily go wrong in this, and you can see people around you buying the most expensive phones, buying the most expensive cars, spending money on going out every night, expensive clothing, and you start thinking this is necessary for you, it is a need. But you have to be very careful on understanding what it is. A luxury, on the other hand, is defined as something which you want to have. It's an aspirational thing. However, it's very difficult or expensive to achieve. Other people do achieve it from means that they know of, but it does not mean that you have to compare yourself once again and start thinking that just because somebody has a luxurious item, like an expensive car, a big house, a swimming pool, you should have it too. It's really a luxury, and you should classify it as that. So once you start distinguishing between what is a luxury and what is a want and what is a need, you will probably find yourself having more clarity on where you spend your money. The third thing that I wanted to talk about is assets versus liabilities. And again, a lot of people are confused about it. I myself was confused about it for the longest time. And I realized that um, assets are something which earn you money, and liabilities are something that you spend money on. So the biggest example is the spare house. People buy a house, an extra house, which they don't live in, and they think of it as an investment, and they think of it as an asset, but it's really not. Unless you earn money from it by renting it or by using it commercially, it's a liability, because you pay the EMIs on. Basically, you are paying a lot of interest on it. You're paying your house maintenance, you're paying your property tax, you are paying your water bills, electricity bills, even if you don't use the house. So it becomes an expense. So apart from the EMI and the interest that you're paying, you're also paying all these charges. So unless you rent it or you sell it at a significant profit, it is not an asset. And the same goes for a car. A car is always a liability, because you have to spend money on the fuel, you have to spend money on maintaining it, you have to spend money on the insurance, you have to spend money on the road tax, depending on where you live. And also you have to spend money on it occasionally if you bump it somewhere, or you scratch it somewhere, or it gets damaged while it's in parking. So all of these expenses you keep making, and these are happening on a recurrent basis. So um, I think that is something that you need to think of. So to summarize all this, 3 points. Number one, what is a need, what is a want, what is a luxury? Classify that very easily, and put them in an Excel sheet, put them on a notepad, write them on a piece of paper, and that will help you to plan your goals. The second thing is, do not ever compare what you have against what other people have. You do not know their circumstances, you do not know how they bought them, where they bought them from, how they paid for it, or how much effort they've put for it. It's really no use making that it's really no use to make that comparison. And never get under peer pressure. If you are sitting in a party with 20 people, all of them using iPhones, and you have an older phone, a cheaper phone, don't think that they're better than you in any way, right? So make sure that you don't fall under peer pressure. And the third thing you have to be very careful about is what you buy. Are you buying assets or are you buying liabilities? It's very easy. You cannot always, of course, keep generating assets. You will eventually have to spend money on liabilities as well. But as long as you know what you're buying, as long as you're buying it for the right thing, I think it's important. So I'm going to stop this video now, because I don't want to make this very long. So I hope you've learned something from it. I hope this is useful. I'll make the next one, which is a little more detailed um, look into what are the assets and liabilities, and how you can save more money. So thank you for watching. If you like it, please leave something in your comments. If you want me to change something, let me know. This is obviously my first video, so I'm still learning. Thank you.